So let's begin first by exploring the common movement. What is it?
Changing the government from one of governing to guidance.
Right. So then, what would be the common movement?
Towards guidance.
Simple, isn't it?
Mm.
Having said that, steps have to be taken to move in that direction, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what steps must be taken?
Choice to observe.
Okay.
Choice to, well, all those little steps. Choice to be conscious. Choice to dialogue. Choice to share.
Telling people that this is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So informing people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Informing people of possibilities and probabilities. Dear Maggie,
Yes.
what's the title of this particular workshop?
It is Changing the World Now.
So when you inform people of possibilities and probabilities, it has to do with changing the world now, doesn't it? Even though the actuality may not be now, it's the movement, creating the movement now, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the title of this session, dear Maggie?
Bringing together resources for the common movement.
So the common movement is what? Is to change the world now? The common movement is to allow individuals to become more empowered? The common movement is to move away from the concept of governing, as you said, to one of guidance? Then in that case, what resources must be brought together to do so?
People.
Yes, what else?
Choices.
What about media? That's a
Right.
resource, isn't it?
Okay, yeah. Traditional and social.
Isn't that what we've been discussing now for a while with you in this
Yes.
particular workshop? Is using your ability to communicate with each other through all forms of media?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's some things here, material that explains the direction clearly. Video, audio, articles, books, pamphlets, commercials, movies, bringing together people who can aid in the movement. Volunteer group, and those who study with the wonders. Leaders, think tanks, politicians.
So, really, basically, everything that dear Maggie and dear Renee have put together already.
Mm-hmm.
And more, of course, but still everything they have.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sharing benefits of moving from governing to guidance.
Okay,
Having materials to connect to others.
good. Anything else, dear friends?
Yeah. There is I see a barrier to a lot of people looking at the materials that Renee and Maggie have put together, just because people aren't open to seeing channeled material, but there's a lot less of a barrier that people see to becoming empowered
Yes.
and looking after themselves.
So really, for society to begin to empower itself, for individuals to begin to empower themselves, what must be achieved? What choice must be made? To do so.
Yeah.
That's an easy choice. How many people really want to be empowered in your society? Really?
I don't know how many.
I would have said a lot, but they're not choosing it.
You would have said a lot, but as a percentage of the total, it's very minimal, wouldn't you say?
I have no idea.
Most people are more than willing to give away their power, aren't they?
Yeah.
Look at yourselves. How many times have you given away your power?
A lot.
A lot.
How many times do you still give away your power?
Still a
Still a
lot.
lot.
So really, If you can't do it, and you've been studying with us for a long time, what do you expect the rest of the world to do?
Yeah, I realize.
Yeah, people do look up to film stars who are powerful and portray powerful characters, though, and they say that.
But
it'd be
is it
nice
real
to be like
empowerment?
that.
Is it real empowerment, dear Paul, or is it more an illusion of power that they create?
Yeah, it is more of an illusion.
Real power comes from choosing freely, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Not choosing what others want you to choose.
yeah,
Anybody can tell you what to choose, and you'll go, oh, okay, and you'll do it. You'll think to yourself powerful, because after all, you've chosen what somebody else has told you what to choose. But that is not real power, is it?
no.
This existence that you exist in is infused with a great number of choices. Most people choose out of fear. Fear is their motivator. Fear is what propels them to make a choice. If they're fearful enough, they will choose. If they're not fearful enough, they'll justify themselves into a greater fear in order to choose. Most people. Some people choose from empowerment. Some people choose from recognizing how powerful they are, and they make choices. Those who choose out of fear allow those who choose out of power to make choices for them, because they would rather let someone powerful choose for them than for them to actually exercise their power to choose. Which is why you have a hierarchy in your society. A hierarchy of leaders and followers. Whatever you call your leaders. And that hierarchy exists for that very reason. You live with a government that governs, a government that tells you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, because most individuals don't want to choose to empower themselves to make their own choices. They would rather have somebody tell them what to do. So you elect governments or leaders or group leaders, whatever, to be able to literally let them make the choices for you. Even this workshop, even in this session, it was all about letting somebody else make the choice for you until such time as we decided that, quite simply, we were just not going to encourage that, and you finally had to step up to the plate and say, this is where we want to go. Now that we've been speaking for another 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes, now you're back into your own routine of, oh, okay, the wonders are speaking, we don't have to say anything, we'll let them talk, because that way we don't have to put any of our power out there. So, it's a to and fro. But the way to change, if you really want to shift your society from one of governing to one of guidance, well, it requires a different perspective, doesn't it? It requires a willingness to encourage people to take their power back. And the fearful thing for governance is that if you do take your power back, they become irrelevant then. They don't have their illusions of power. So it requires really a shift in consciousness to allow society to move away from a top-down governance to a guidance regardless of source. Do you see?
So it's not to put the guidance on a pedestal either.
No.
It's just a
Which is
guide.
what you do with us. You
Yeah.
put us on pedestals.
Yeah. So the guidance is just advice that we can ignore or take.
Agreed. You can choose it, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The key is to recognize that as you move to an empowered society, a society that is all individuals become truly empowered, there won't be necessarily a complete agreement of one course. But society as a whole will expand because more individuals will choose freely that which is to their benefit, and as a result, that which is to the overall society's benefit. If every part of society is growing, then society as a whole grows. If all you have is one small part of society growing, well, then you basically have a tumor growing on the side of society, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes an irritant to society, and it becomes something that society tries to quash, tries to put down, tries to eliminate. You see?
Right.
So the key is to encourage growth regardless of direction. But the key, and the growth, of course, has the commonality of empowerment. You can't choose freely if you are giving your power away to another, not choosing to use it yourself, waiting for someone else to do it. You see?
There's a comment here, wonders.
Please.
Passion for helping the whole outside of just ourselves.
Very much. Very much. That you'll look around you, and most individuals in society are just content to take care of themselves. And they see that as being a full-time job. Some in society want to take care of everybody around them, and they see that as a full-time job at the expense of themselves. And some few want to assist others while taking care of themselves, and they see that as a full-time job. And we're suggesting that really empowering yourself is to take your power back, to choose freely, and as a result of that, all around you benefit. It's not about protecting yourself, taking care of yourself, it's about empowering yourself. And so that all individuals around you benefit from that empowerment, as you yourself then help others empower themselves. Isn't that what we're doing with you?
Yes.
Aren't we assisting you in empowering yourselves?
Yes.
So, based on your psychology, we should fear your empowerment as you become more powerful, for then you would in effect interrupt the universe, our existence, the very fabric of nature, of existence, the more powerful you become. Is that real?
No.
So why not make choices that are different? Why not choose to empower yourselves? Why not make choices that are really bringing about a shift in your consciousness, and as a result of that, a shift in the consciousness of everyone around you?
Being with empowered people just feels better than being with disempowered people.
Why does it feel better? Does it feel better because they make the choices for you? Or does it feel better because you're with someone of like mind?
I think someone of like mind.
Good.
Whereas the disempowered people seem to, I don't know, they just don't seem as friendly.
Is it because they latch on to you? They want you to make the choices for them?
Might be.
Might be. What if we said to you that a truly empowered person never fears a disempowered person? They never fear having their energy drained because they are always empowered.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
It is the illusion of empowerment that fears empowerment, that fears others, that fears disempowerment. Does it?
Yeah.
Right.
Have we ever feared you?
No.
And all of you, to your own degree or another, are disempowered.
Mm-hmm.
So really, what is there to fear?
There isn't, because there's no lack.
Oh my God, there's people in the audience. Exactly. You cannot take from us. You can't. And this is important. You cannot take from us. Oh, we can share our energy with you, but you cannot take from us.
Mm-hmm. We think sometimes we we can, but it's just our own illusions.
Exactly. You can accept from us,
Right.
but you cannot take from us.
Right.
You see the point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you find yourself in a circumstance of empowerment, don't fear disempowerment. Don't fear being taken from. Do you see the point?
Well, there's also that statement, nothing and no one can harm you unless you choose to allow it.
There you go. Interesting statement, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a perception.
Interesting conversation, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone around in circles, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And around we go. Where we stop, nobody knows.